Hi guys, welcome back to another live. Welcome back to another video. Hope everybody's having a good Friday night tonight. Tonight we're gonna be talking about buying a car as a new immigrant in Canada. All right, guys. If you're new here, you know what to do. As soon as I can find the right angle, yeah, there we go. That's the angle I'm looking for, guys. What's everybody doing tonight, by the way? Or this morning, or this afternoon, or whenever you guys are seeing this live? Get connected, guys. Get all connected right here. All right, that seems like it's good to go now, guys. Yes, guys. So welcome to everybody on the live. Sarah Lee, blessings, blessings, blessings. Welcome, welcome, welcome. As soon as you guys come into the stream, or as soon as you guys click on the video, depending on when you are seeing it. Hi, Mariah. See you tomorrow, Mariah. Hey, Kimsey, how are you doing? Hope everybody's having a fantastic Friday night tonight. It's the weekend. Finally, finally, finally. It is the weekend. And I am super, super excited. I'm not sure about you guys, but I am stoked. I'm just like so happy. It's been a really, really long week, and I'm just happy to be here at the end of the week celebrating with you guys. I know, as usual, you guys are watching from different parts of the world. So if you're watching this on this morning, good morning. If you're watching this on this night, good night. It's now 7:32 here in Grande, Prairie, Alberta. In Jamaica, I know it's probably 9:32. Depending on where you're watching, big up, big up, big up. Enough respect. Thank you guys for tuning in to another live. Another reasoning. No, we do it here, guys. Smash a like on the stream as soon as you come into the stream. Most importantly, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And what else? Share the live. Share the live so that other persons can see that DiAndersons is live. Alright, guys. I must apologize in advance. I am surrounded by kids. So from time to time, you might hear a scream, an outburst, a laugh, a cry, depending on what it is. I do apologize in advance. Kimsey, hey bro, Content King, thank God it's Friday, absolutely. Teaser Inspiration says, good night, Dems, do you give consultation? Consultation, probably not the right word, but I do one-on-one. So if you look into the description underneath all of my videos, you'll see something that's marked Calendly. Now, if you click on that, there's different services that I offer. One is I do letter of explanations, revamp, and original. If you just want a letter to be written, I do that. If you want one-on-one, where you just want me to use my experience and share it with you and give it everything from my perspective, I'll do that as well. It's just shared in the chat right there. You can click on the link, and it takes you to that. I do resume revamp as well. I do career coaching, I do settlement services, host of different services. So you can just click on the Calendly and it gives you all the information that you want. But tonight we're going to be talking about buying a car as a new immigrant. Now this is a very interesting topic personally, because a lot of persons are always asking me. There's one of the kids I was telling you about. Yeah. There's one of the kids I was telling you about. So a lot of people are always asking me, what is the best way to buy a car as a new immigrant? Now, the answer to that is never straightforward. It's different for everyone. But talking from my perspective, that's what I'm going to be sharing, right? Now, if you're here as a temporary resident, international student, or as a temporary foreign worker, one of the things that I always encourage people to do is to buy a car cash as best as possible. Now, you're not looking for your dream car, you're not looking for anything that's going to last forever. You're looking for a beat, as we call it, right? Point A to point B. Something reliably enough not to fail you in winter, to take you to your destination, and as cheap as possible, right? Now, most of the used cars here in Canada are usually in very good condition. It's not usually riffraff. Most of them are in very good condition still. But not because it's in Canada mean that you're not going to use your common sense. You're not going to use your due diligence to make sure that you're making the right decision in terms of buying the right car, right? Now, some of the places that you guys can find used cars are on Facebook Marketplace. Definitely, that's one of my go-to sites. Facebook Marketplace can help you furnish out your apartment, by the way. Facebook Marketplace is where vendors and buyers and sellers come together and congregate, because most persons have a Facebook account anyways. So if you're already on Facebook, use it to your benefit. So Facebook Marketplace is where a lot of persons sell used things, including cars. So if you're looking for a used car, I always suggest start with Facebook Marketplace. Now, use common sense. Test the car before you buy the car. If you don't know much about cars, get a mechanic to do a inspection for you to make sure that you are not making a bad investment, to make sure that your investment is worthwhile, right? Another place other than Facebook Marketplace is Kijiji. Now, Kijiji was a website that I didn't know about until I moved to Canada. But apparently Kijiji is a big website worldwide. So it's Kijiji, Kijiji. Now, similarly to Facebook Marketplace, this is where a lot of vendors and buyers come together and buy and sell things. So you can look for anything from a pin to an anchor. You can look for a bed, a chair, a dresser, whatever it is, including a car on Facebook Marketplace. So you want to make sure that you are looking around, you're not just buying the first car you see. Hi James, welcome to the conversation. Blessings. Welcome guys. As soon as you come into the stream, just smash a like on the stream. It really helps me out. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And you know what? Become a part of the family. The man not afraid to share information. Information gain, if not shared, it's pointless. We have to share it. We have to share it, right? So Kijiji is one of those websites that you can get a used car to buy on as well. And usually, Facebook Marketplace and Kijiji, there's tons and tons of used car. I usually suggest start with that first. And that's just because you don't want that overhead costs of a car loan over you in your first couple months as a new immigrant. Because it might come back to haunt you in the future, right? What if you end up in an unfortunate situation, you lose a job, there's another COVID, for example, you're going to have those payments to make. So you want to make sure that you are not giving yourself unnecessary expense in the inception of your journey. So if I can get a car, use cash, I always suggest doing that first before embarking on taking a car on credit. Now, do I suggest taking a car on credit? As you guys have heard before, I said no. But if you don't have a choice, you don't have a choice. I did not have a choice. I had to take my first car on credit. You understand, guys? Sometimes the need outweigh what I say now. What's a phrase we can put that into? Sometimes the need outweigh the sense, the rationale. Sometimes the need for a car outweigh the challenges that it might cause in our future, right? So Liston says, "Heal up, General. Bless up yourself. Bless up, Liston. Big up. Samantha Brady says, "What's the average cost of a used car?" Now, in everything you have good, better, best, right? You can get a cheap used car that's probably in need of a little work. I'd say between $1,500 and $3,000. Talking about Alberta predominantly, because that's where I'm located. As you guys know, I live in this beautiful city called Grande, Prairie, Alberta. Pretty cold outside, by the way. $1,500 to $3,000 is the average cost for a car that's gonna need a little bit of work. Now, if you're looking for a car that is drivable immediately as you buy it, then hold on, battery running low. Yes, if you're looking for a car that you can just drive immediately as you buy it, then it's gonna be, well, it can be as expensive as you want, but for the average immigrant, it's gonna cost you between $3,000 to probably $7,000-8,000. Now, personally speaking, I would not suggest any new immigrant to buy a used car more than $6,000. Now, that's me, right? It depends on you, because you can get a good 2010, a good 2011 for $4,500, $5,000, $5,500, depending on where you're located. $6,000 being the max. But if I go $7,000-8,000, you can get two carry that money there. So don't let the fact that you want something, well, as I said, we can't tell nobody what to do, but depending on your pocket, of course. Depending on what you can afford, of course. But for the average immigrant who is starting out them life and starting over, I definitely suggest not buying a used car for more than $6,000. That would be my benchmark, my absolute most expensive car. I would tell a new immigrant to buy upfront cash. I mean, if you're stuck like that and you have the enough cheddar, you can do whatever you want to do, right? You can buy a $20,000 car if you want. And I know persons who have done that, so it's up to you, right? But if you come to Canada broke like myself, then you have to creep before you walk. You understand what I think said? It pays to learn at times. Absolutely, Natasha Williams. Kim just says, what about a decent four-wheeler SUV? What the price that I'm telling you about can get you an SUV. Now, I know persons who moved to Alberta recently, a year ago, 2 years ago, and they're able to get SUVs for $5,000, $4,500, $5,500. So it's the average cost I'm telling you about. Most of the cars here in Alberta are SUVs anyway because of the weather. So it's most of the trucks and SUVs dominate the space. So getting an SUV is not going to be a challenge, right? Now getting a four-wheel SUV, that might cost you a little bit more cheddar, you understand? It's up to you. A four-wheeler makes it easier, but it's not critical. It's not essential to get a four-wheeler, right? If you don't have the budget for a four-wheeler, you can start out with a two-wheeler and build up it. Because even now, I don't have a four-wheel drive. When I came to Canada, my first car was a 2016 Volkswagen Beetle, a buggy, right? It was a buggy. And I got stuck on snow many times, and I figured it out and navigated my way. And I'm still here, right? So pretty much what I'm saying is a two-wheel drive or a four-wheel drive, it's not that far apart. Now, how may payments be conducted for a used car for a single owner seller? Or is it also fine to work with large sums of cash? Now, payments, that's a very good question, Randy. Very good question. Now, in Canada, you have something that's called e-transfer. Now, e-transfer is when you send money to somebody using their phone number or their email address. Now, you have to use common sense and you have to be prudent in everything you do, anywhere you are, because you have scammers here too, right? You have scammers in Canada just as you have scammers in Jamaica, in Nigeria, in wherever else in a part of the world. Traveling with large sums of cash is never advisable. Now, what I always suggest people do is look at the car first before deciding to make a payment. Because first and foremost, if you're living in Grande Prairie, you're gonna be more than likely looking for a car to buy in Grande Prairie. You're not gonna be looking for a car to buy in Edmonton where you're gonna have to drive 5 hours, and then if you don't like it, have to drive 5 hours, come back. So it's gonna be within the same vicinity. So go and check out the car, man. Test drive it. Yo, this feel nice, man. I like this. It looks nice. Mechanic pass it. You're good to go. Then, when you decide to make the purchase, you can do two options. You can either get the person's bank account information, or you can do a direct bank transfer to that person, or you can get them what is called a bank draft. Now, a bank draft is guaranteed funds, right? If they don't feel like the bank draft is legit, go to the bank with them and transfer the funds that way. Traveling with large sums of cash is never advisable. Never advisable anywhere in the world. So I wouldn't suggest traveling with that. I would suggest doing a bank transfer or a bank draft, right? I remember the first car loan. Randy says, four-wheel drive may be harder to maintain as well. Two-wheel drive should be good though. Exactly. Many people majority of people have a two-wheel drive. You don't need to go to a four-wheel drive unless you have the cheddar, of course, and unless you really want it. And then it just comes down back to your personal preference and what you want. But it's not a need. It's not an immediate need that you have to go and get a four-wheel drive because the snow is going to be up to the windscreen and it's navigatable. I promise you. Guys, smash a like on the live for me then. Take a second. I'm not even going to go any further into the conversation. Take a second, guys. Smash a like on the live. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed already. And share. That's what I'm talking about, guys. Just share it out. Share it out so that other persons can see DiAndersons live on Friday night. Yeah. You understand? Hold on. Give me a second. I am sharing it. Because I can't tell you guys to share and I'm not sharing it. So I'm just going to give it a little share right now. You understand? Malika, what going? Hey, mommy. We are live, guys. All right, that's share. How many of you guys did share it just now? Am I the only one, or did somebody else share it too? Now, Wayne says, is it a good idea to buy a used car from a dealership? If you go dealership, you have dealer tax. A dealer's tax is just the dealer, then buy it from somebody for $8,000. So they're going to put a $4,000 on it so they can make profit. Now, buying a used car from a dealer does come with some form of peace of mind, because oftentimes the dealer would get their mechanics to do their inspection and make sure that everything is good before selling it. However, if you buy from a dealer, it's going to be more expensive than if you buy it from a private seller, because they don't have that dealer tax on top of it. So it's really a yin or a yang. If you're looking for reliability and you just don't know nobody and you just don't have any mechanic and you just want peace of mind, then getting it from a dealership might be a good idea, but just know that you're going to be paying extra, right? But buying it from a third party or a private seller, you'll save yourself a buck or two, 100%. Sierra says, what's the difference between a two-wheel drive and a four-wheel drive? Oh, that's a good question. No, here's the thing, Sierra. A two-wheel drive is when you turn the steering, I'm trying to make it as simple as possible. When you turn the steering wheel, only your two front wheel moves. Your back wheels don't turn, right? So, for example, if you're stuck on snow, for example, and you're trying to get out and you're trying to navigate it, every time you turn the steering, only the two front wheel is turning. You've seen many videos, just the two front wheel. Now with a four-wheel drive, you can navigate the back wheel as well. You can navigate the back wheel and the front wheel. So it's a four-wheel drive, meaning that you have control over all four wheels. And a two-wheel drive, only two wheels you have control over. Them's explanation. James just says, okay, got it. The Andersons family says, share. Like, comment, and subscribe. I don't know the straps. Wayne says, my family and I are going through it in this winter without a car. You know what? That's how it is, That's usually most person's first winter. The first winter is usually the toughest, and it's rough. But the next winter, I'm sure you guys will be able to afford a car, right? Just take it one step at a time. It's all about stories and memories and just transitioning. That's what it's all about. Randy says that Sierra Lee, the biggest difference is that a two-wheel drive will send over power to two-wheel, while four-wheel uses all four wheels. Randy says, in essence, four-wheel drive, each wheel is independent of driving. Exactly. Front-wheel drive, only the front wheel drive the car. Exactly. You have control over only the two front wheel, right? Randy says, them's nail it. I'm not your favorite mechanic, but you know the difference between two-wheel and four-wheel. So it really doesn't matter if you go to a two-wheel or a four-wheel. That's really down to preference and affordability. And again, don't buy an expensive car, guys. Can you survive in GP without a car? Many people do it. Many people do it. There are many people here who takes the bus, who takes a cab, don't have a car in the first couple months, first couple years after being here, and they are surviving. So you can absolutely survive. Now, having a car makes your life a lot easier, and it gives you a lot more convenience and comfort. But if you have a goal, and your goal is, to make it, then a car is really secondary to your goal. You can definitely survive. We were really in a rush to get a car to the point that we took it out on finance, because Malika, when we moved to Canada, Malika was 2 years old and she wasn't even walking as yet. So we couldn't constantly be lifting up Malika back and forth in the winter, in the snow, pushing a stroller on the bus kind of thing. So that wasn't really convenient for us. So that's why we had to hurry up and get a car, because winter here is brutal. But if it wasn't for Malik, I probably would be able to go through and survive without a car. Hello, Dems. Landry, bless up, bless up. Is it like 5 a.m. in Nigeria now, bro? Blessings, thank you for being here. No have no bus where... I'm sorry. When? No have no bus where we are. Taxi fare are kill we. It's $4 before you start drive. Say, where are you? Where are you, Win? Where are you again? That sound deep rural. That sound like it more rural than Grand Prairie. As bad as things, we have bus, but you know, the bus stop run at a certain time. The bus stop run at 12 o'clock in the summer, and I think 10 o'clock throughout winter. But they have increased it to 11 o'clock throughout winter. So, and then anytime after that, straight taxi, and taxi is very, very expensive. Oh, Oxbury, you told me this already. A small town, only 10,000 people, but I guess because there's not enough people for the bus to be profitable, that's why there's no bus. But I'm really rooting for you guys to get a car very quickly, because when you're in such a small town, having a car makes your life so much easier, because taxi fare is very, very, very expensive. By the way, Oxbury is in Ontario, guys. So if you're looking for a small town, only 10,000 people, it simply means that job opportunities are what? Endless. Wait, tell them no, you keep it a secret. Job opportunities are endless in a small town like Oxbury. Yes, guys, so if you haven't smashed a like already, you know what to do. Just smash a like on the live. Smash a like on the live, guys. And definitely subscribe, alright? True Dems, exactly. Now, a lot of people always think that Toronto is made up of the GTA only. It's not. I promise you guys it's not. Toronto is a very big province. And there's a lot of opportunities, especially in Northern Ontario, right? Ontario is a very big province. And there's a lot of opportunities in Northern Ontario, right? So don't just look in the GTA area. Spread the wings a little bit. Spread the wings and fly. We'll make a good decision. I mean, like, some of the amenities might not be where it is, but at least the growth potential is there. And that's what you have to look at, definitely. Ideally, I would say don't go to Oxbury, come to Grande Prairie, but Grande Prairie is growing, and it's growing very quickly. What are those kids doing upstairs? Yeah, so I don't want to change the topic too much for talking about buying a car as a new immigrant, because that's what we're talking about. So after we're done here, guys, you should have a clear idea of what it is that you want to do. Kijiji, as I mentioned, Facebook Marketplace, those are some very good websites that you can use, credible, that you can use to find a used car. Use common sense, use prudence in everything you do to make sure that you're making a right decision when it comes on to buying a car, because it's an investment. Buy a car cash as best as possible. Don't buy any car too expensive. Even if you have the money, I would even suggest that don't buy a car. Even if you have don't buy an expensive car, even if you have the money, because when you migrate to a new country, you're gonna need that money eventually, by the hook or by the crook, I promise you. So just start basic. Start basic. Creep before you walk. Creep before you walk. So a lot of questions coming in about car insurance. Now, car insurance varies based on car insurance providers. Now, one of the most convenient feature I found here is the fact that you can pay your car insurance monthly. So your car insurance can be like a monthly bill. And the average for a new immigrant is $100 and something per month. And that's just because you don't have any Canadian driving experience as yet or anything like that, so your car insurance is inflated, right? Now, you can definitely insure your car and buy a car and an international driving permit. A lot of persons don't know that. When you migrate to Canada, for example, you're leaving Jamaica, one of the first things that I always encourage persons to do is to get a international driving permit. That allows you to drive in Canada for 1 year before you have to change out that international driving permit to a provincial driver's license. On that international driving permit, you can buy a car and you can insure a car. 100%. Now, do you need a what's it called? An abstract. I almost said a transcript. You know, the student in me, international student. Do you need an abstract? You absolutely don't need an abstract. Let me say that again. You do not need a driving abstract. When you especially come to Alberta and you're changing out your Jamaican driver's license to an Albertan driver's license, the license center will send to Jamaica and pay and request that abstract. So why you want to pay for it yourself? I've said this so many times in so many videos, and people are still reaching out to me. Hey, Dems, can you help me apply for an abstract? I'm like, no. I said you don't need it. Oh, but somebody else in another video said we need it. Okay, so ask them. Because they think they need it, but I'm telling you that you don't need it. So get your international driving permit, come across the border, get a car, insure your car, drive a car for a year, get some practice on the Canadian driving on the right instead of driving on the left, driving on snow instead of driving in the rain, stuff like that. And then when you're comfortable enough, you can do your knowledge test and convert a license. Of course, you don't have to wait the full year before you convert a license, but the thing is, you have up to that point. Insurance is expensive, by the way. Let me just say that. If you're gonna pay your insurance for the year, you're looking at probably $1,500 to $2,000 for the entire year. So that is what they broke up into monthly payments, because it there. It's very expensive. And I'm talking about Alberta. It might be different in other provinces, but you know, got Malika around there. Look at her. You guys think she's quiet? Look at her. Yeah. So in Alberta, insurance can cost you probably in excess of $2,000, right? Between $1,500 to probably $2,500 for the year. And they break that up into monthly payments. So that's what the average cost of insurance is. You have many different insurance providers. Shop around, see which one will give you the cheapest rate, the cheapest quote, and make the best decision. Have zero brand loyalty, by the way. Have zero loyalty. Do what is better for your pocket and your family. Don't say, oh, me used to use this in Jamaica, or me used to use that in this country. Doesn't matter. Zero brand loyalty. Whatever is better for you and your family. That was a long answer about insurance, but I wanted to explain it so you guys have a good understanding of what it is like. Them are winter tire expensive. 4 winter tire can cost you $800, between $800 to $1,200 for 4 winter tires. To be frank, I don't use winter tires. I use all-season tires, and many people use all-season tires. Winter tires probably give you a little bit more traction on the road, but not significantly more traction, because when it's icy, everybody slides from left to right. So you just have to know how to navigate the road. So I use all-season tires. Now, all-season tires are the tires that you can use both in winter, summer, all year round. But all-season tires don't give you enough winter drive as an actual winter tire. But the thing is, a winter tire, you have to change it out when it's no longer winter, right? So you have to get yourself a summer tire, set a summer tire, and a set of winter tire. Or you can just get yourself a set of all-season tires, and it's take you probably 3-4 years kind of thing. Do you have to buy a new set every winter? Oh, I think I just answered that. No, you do not need to buy you do not need to buy a new set of winter tire every winter. Your winter tire can last for a couple of winters as well, and all-season tires can last you for a couple of winters as well, but not as much as an actual winter tire. The traction wears out over time. Alrighty, where am I? Sashin says, in a small town, 2 hours of Edmonton. I want to go to Edmonton and taxi is $500 one way. I want to cry. Why don't you just take one of those buses though? You have the Red Arrow buses. You can just jump on one of those buses from Grande, which is 5 hours away. It's like $100 or something one way. So I can imagine that for 2 hours away, it's gonna be cheaper. You can jump on one of the Red Arrow buses. It's like really convenient, I've heard. You have your bathroom and all of them things up on the bus. Very convenient. But 2 hours away from Edmonton sounds like Whitecourt or Red Deer or which part else up there? So where are you from? Don't just ask. Where are you from? Drop it down in the chat. Let me know. Kibsy says, "Whoa, that's expensive. That's expensive, man." Randy says, "Do you have to buy a new set every winter?" I think I answered that. So if I'm going to do a truck driving course in Canada, do I need the abstract or the international driving license can work. It depends on the school. I'd say call the school and ask them what you need, right? They'll tell you what you need for the prerequisite. And I guess it probably varies from school to school. So just reach out to the school. Malika, J, mind drop and break your foot, please. Right? Just reach out to the school and find out what it is that they need, and they'll definitely guide you along that pathway. Ronnie says, Dems, your car ever get stuck in snow? You mean the buggy when you attack? Bruh, remember when I drive the buggy, at pizza, I used to deliver, stuck on snow many times. Not one time, not two times, not three times. Stuck on snow many times until I am now officially stuck on snow navigator professional. Meaning that if I'm stuck on snow, I know exactly what to do. Now, the first time I was stuck on snow, it was a little bit scary because I didn't know what to do. You turn the wheel, you're pressing gas, and you're just spinning in circle. So that was a little bit scary. But then I got stuck on snow again, and then a guy just pulled up beside me. He helped me out, but then he showed me how to navigate it. And from that, them turned pro. You understand? I'll probably deliberately stop myself on snow one of these days to show you guys how to navigate it, right? That is in the background giving me the high, like, I better not be in the car when I'm doing that video. But who else is gonna be doing the video while I'm trying to get off the snow? So that means all season tire is more expensive, man. I'll go and write this up. Oh. Alright, well on there, guys. Let me set up what I set up here. All season tires are not more expensive. All season tires are, if anything, cheaper. Because as I said, it doesn't last as long. What's the other tripod for me, please? All season tires are a little bit cheaper. Look at Malika. Where am I? The bus there don't run over here, lol. I live in the country. Wainwright. I've never heard of that town before. What's the population of Wainwright, Sashin? Let us know. Tell us a little bit about Wainwright. I'm curious to know. A little bit about Wainwright. Babes, have you ever heard of Wainwright before? Never. Yeah, Sashin, how did you end up in Wainwright? Tell me, how did you end up in Wainwright?
Maybe work.
Work, maybe? I don't know. Well, I would like to know. Guys, we kind of change out a tripod here. Give it a second. You know, tech support, by the way. You know, tech support. You know, tech support is here. Yes, guys. So, what was I saying? I was talking about the fact that you don't need an abstract or anything like that. You can drive with, once you have a provincial license, you can drive anywhere in Canada with it. So if you have an Ontario license, you can drive in Alberta with it. If you have an Alberta license, you can drive in Ontario with it. It doesn't matter where you're at, as long as it's a provincial license in Canada, you can drive anywhere in Canada with it. It's kind of like in the States. It doesn't matter the state that you're, it doesn't matter the state that your license is from. Everything good, babes? Is it tightening enough? Yeah, that look like it better. Sashin, I don't see what brought you to Wainwright yet. Wainwright as yet. Drop it in the chat and let me know how you end up there. What brought you to Wainwright? Are there job opportunities in Alberta? Alberta is very big. Please be more specific. You have many different cities in Alberta. It's not just one town. Please explain where in Alberta you're referring to. All right. Yes, guys. Are you still seeing me? Good. Changing the background. Are you guys still hearing me? I don't have that mic. Drop a chat, guys. Drop in the chat, guys. Are you still hearing me? Because Ontario job is not easy to find. It depends where in Ontario you're from. It depends where in Ontario. Ontario is not just Toronto. Where in Ontario are you referring to? Right? It can't just be Ontario job is hard to find. Where in Ontario? It depends on where you are located. How's the job market for accountant in GP? Do it, but tell us if you come across the border. As long as you're qualified, you have Canadian experience as in qualification, you shouldn't have a problem finding an accountant job in Grande Prairie. Right? Come across the border, man. Let go Nova Scotia, bro. Population a little bit over 6,000 people. It's like 1 hour from Lloydminster. Maybe you heard Lloyd. Yeah. I know Lloydminster. Work brought me here, of course. Work. But I've never heard of Wainwright before. Never heard of it. But I've heard of Lloydminster. Are you guys hearing me good? Drop in the chat and let me know if you guys are still hearing me loud enough, loud and clear. Because I feel like I'm a little bit too far. Let's change up the setup a little bit, guys. Malika, are you good? Much better. There you go. I like when I'm nice and close to you guys. I don't like to be too far. So, as Manu says, what town or city will you advise a new international student to move to? In Alberta? Again, what I try not to do, I try not to tell people where to move to, right? Now, it depends on what you are looking for. If you're an international student, you're looking for a small town that gives you opportunities to work and to grow and to develop, but doesn't have all the amenities of a big city, then I would suggest many different places in Alberta. The smaller towns, the Grande Prairie, the Red Deer, the Fort McMurray, different places. But if it is that you're a big city kind of guy or a big city kind of girl, then that's not necessarily the best decision to make, because you're gonna feel a bit claustrophobic, right? You want to make sure that wherever you're going, you're comfortable. So it all depends on what you are looking for as an individual. That's always gonna be my answer, right? Dwight says, lol, time will tell. Time will tell, man. Time will tell. Come across the border. Right, guys? It's all about what you are looking for as an individual. There's nothing that's cut and dry. There's nothing that's cut and dry. It's not the same straight across the board for everyone. It's you as an individual, what you are looking for as an individual. So Sarah says, we hear you're good. Randy says, does all cars come with a heater so that whenever it snows you can heat the car before starting? Well, to my knowledge, all car has an heater. But the thing is, you have something that's called a black heater. Now, the black heater is something that's inside the car that allows you to plug it in to keep the oil and everything warm in extreme temperatures like minus 40, minus 30, minus 20s. Anything over minus 20, really and truly, you want to be plugging in a black heater. That keeps everything warm, because when you don't have a black heater, everything will become frozen and then your car won't be able to start because it's not going to be able to turn over. Now, not every car has a black heater. So when you're buying a car, one of the first questions you want to be asking is, does this car have a black heater? Because you're now living in North America, especially in Alberta, you want to make sure that the car at least has a black heater, right? That you can plug in to keep the car warm. Not the car warm, but the oil and stuff like that warm. Alberta has recruitment for nurses, so we go to small rural towns. Some you've never heard of. Slave Lake, oh no, Slave Lake. Prairie, I know Prairie. Westlock, I know Westlock. Is that what us? I heard of that place once, by the way, just to name a few, but a whole list. Now, were you recruited from outside of Canada? You know, you got my interest now. It kind of piqued my interest now a little bit, Sachin. Were you interested in, were you recruited from outside of Canada or from inside of Canada? Talk to me a little bit. And if you were from outside of Canada, you're going to have to share the secret with me, right? Sarah Lee says, at Mutabizi, get a prepaid phone plan. How can I control my monthly phone charges? It usually goes above $100. Get a prepaid phone plan so you determine what you pay. 100%. I know the plan that you are getting. Like some of the plans have a limited amount of data, and if you go over the data, then you pay extra. And some of the plans don't allow international calls. If you go over, you pay extra. There are many different nuances, so you have to just know the exact plan that you have and stay within the perimeters. They can't charge you more than what you use, right? Or outside of the scope. So if it is that you are really not sure, get a prepaid plan. But if you don't want to get a prepaid plan, just know what your plan entails and stick within it, kind of thing. And stick within it, 100%, right? So again, everybody, different goals, different things, different income, different savings, different money. But what I'm talking about is for the average person in a average situation, right? Not somebody who has unlimited amount of cash flow, not somebody who have an unlimited amount of financial resources. Definitely, for those persons, they can do whatever they want to do in terms of buying a car. But for the persons, the average persons, we have to take things slow. Sashin, yes or no? Are you willing to go live with me to share your experience in getting recruited from outside of Canada? Just drop it in the chat right now and let me know. Drop it right now, because I think a lot of people don't want to know about that. How easy or is it to find a mechanic to look at a car? Not hard. It's very easy. I sent the link in your Telegram group. Message you on IG. Can you send me that message again right now? Because there's so many IG messages, I might have missed it. I'm not even lying, right? But tell me, talk to me, Sashin. Are you willing to share that with me, Sashin? Are you willing to come live with me and say, hey, Debs, this is what I did. This is how we did it. This is how it works. Tell me. I'm not pressured, still in a session. I know I can be very pressured, but let me know. Okay, so we have 31 people on the live right now. If you haven't liked the live already, guys, just take a second and hit that like button. Really helps me out. If it is that you guys have not yet subscribed to our channel, please take a second and subscribe. If you guys, haven't been a part of the family by commenting, sharing, and chatting with us, please share some videos and just keep the link going and just drop it in the comment section underneath every videos. When you comment, it really helps us out. Not ready, lol. Sashin. Alright, me talk to you after. Send me an Instagram message. I'm gonna give you a phone call. You're in Alberta, I can call you for free. send me an Instagram message. I gotta talk. Let's talk. You can tell me the information and I'll share it. How does that sound? Right? There's a nurse somewhere in Jamaica, somewhere in the Caribbean, somewhere in the world who wants to move to Alberta. Let's share, right? You can give me the information. We can talk about it off here. And then I can share the information. Right? Let's do that. And I think, Randy, you're in Alberta as well, right? Are you still here, Randy? And I know we got a couple. Look at Colleen joining us now. Newfoundland in the house. Newfoundland in the house. It's probably midnight there now. Malika, what's up? All right, come. Say, you want to say hi? How are you doing tonight? You doing fine? You're doing fine? Yes, you can install remote starter in your car. It gives you 30 minutes. Well, it depends on the remote starter, but average is like it starts it for 30 minutes and then shuts off after 30 minutes. 11:45. Malika, Auntie Colleen is saying hi. Say hi. And see, Kimsey is saying hi as well. Say hi. Say hi. All right, again. All right. See ya. That's Malika Jade. Of course, you guys know that. Colleen, so good to see you. What's the temperature right now in Newfoundland? It's now negative 25 in Grande Prairie. Feeling like negative 30 with the wind chill. It's snowing, of course. It's always snowing in these days. It's snowing. Another cold weekend. Last week was negative 50. We give thanks, but one step at a time. No, sir. All know me no land, bro. Spring in there. Spring it there. I try to avoid the cold. So another couple of months still, but you know, we'll definitely link when you land. We'll definitely link when you land. 11:45. It's amazing how you can be in the same country and yet still so many different time zones. Newfoundland, Nova Scotia, British Columbia, Alberta, Ontario, all have different time zones, guys. Or is it that Nova Scotia and Newfoundland has the same time zone? I'm not sure. But I know that Alberta definitely is a couple hours behind those provinces, right? It's probably almost Saturday morning there. It's just minutes after 8 here on a Friday evening. So I don't know if you said it already, but after the car purchase, what's the process to register and transfer title, etc.? Now the transfer title process is totally different than what it's in Jamaica. The only thing you need is a bill of sale from the seller, and then you take that bill of sale to the license center and you get buy a plate and get your registration. That's it. You don't get a title like in Jamaica. You have to go and stamp out a title and stuff like that. You just literally get a bill of sale from the person who's selling the car. Says that DiAndersons, is selling Kimsey this car, make, model, year, etc., 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 etc. You take that bill of sale to the license center. You're gonna have to buy a plate because you're not gonna have no plate. I forgot to buy a plate. That's a license plate. In Alberta, there's only one license plate you need. There's no license plate on the front of the car in Alberta. Don't let that catch you guys by surprise. That caught me by surprise. Like, which part the rest of the license plate them there? So when they look, there's only license plate on the back of the car. And then you get a registration. And that is all you get. That's all you have. That's all it is that there is to it. You don't get a title. Alright? It's -3. No wonder why you guys like over that side of Canada. Because it's always nice and warm. Over here it's always freezing. Though it says Nova Scotia, it's 11:15. Newfoundland is 30 minutes ahead. How easy is it? It's very easy. Whew. Walk in the park. I promise you. It's nothing complicated. A walk in the park. Literally just get the bill of sale and take it to the license center and you're good to go. Car process is easier to one license plate, lol. Yep, that caught me off guard. That caught me off guard. In Alberta, in some provinces it's 2 plates. Like in British Columbia, it's 2 plates. One at the front, one at the back. But in Alberta and some other provinces, it's just 1 plate at the back. 1 license plate. No, none at the front. When I just came and I was looking at all the cars, I'm like, why these cars look so weird? Like, where's the license plate that... There's no license plate at the front of the car. And I found that very strange. Good night from BC. We have -3. Where in BC are you? Wayne James says it's -19 here for the first time. I feel it's -19 is t-shirt weather. T-shirt weather, Wayne. But when you're feeling it for the first time, it's not t-shirt weather. So I understand. Just stay warm, alright? Let all of them go and I put them warm temperature, them -3s and them -2s and them You know, the warmer part. 1 plate in BC? I thought it was 2 plates in BC. I thought it was 2 plates. I don't know why I thought that. I thought that there was a plate at the front and a plate at the back. How can we find housing in GP prior to moving there? Airbnb is too expensive. So I do settlement services where I help new immigrants to transition by finding apartments and housing and stuff like that. We did take a break because the housing market was a little bit too hot and there wasn't any much availability. So we took a break, but then we're slowly getting back into it. So if you're moving to Grand Prairie and you want somebody to help you find an apartment before getting here, reach out to us. Let me just say this though, demand and supply, because demand is outweighing supply at the moment. There's a lot of additional requirements that was not there prior. Now, visitors visa is one of the things that is almost impossible to find housing for. But if you have a work permit or a study permit, it's much easier. All right? Kelowna, that's the Caribbean of Canada. Kelowna is located in BC. As you guys see, it's located in the Okanagan, and it is the Caribbean of Canada. The old boats on the lake and the ocean and sunshine and stuff like that. That's Kelowna. Expensive though. Relaxing nature and lifestyle Canada, living in Kelowna. Expensive. Tashin says that Colleen is where you guys get the exact 30 minutes from. Extra 30 minutes from. They're probably located closer to the sea. I don't know. Good question, wrong person. I don't know, because 30 minutes kind of seem hard. Like 30 minutes time zone difference. That's kind of hard. But you know what? I'm looking forward to coming to Newfoundland. I'm looking forward to going to Nova Scotia. I'm looking forward to going to as many places in Canada as possible. Kelowna is the best in summer. I'm looking forward to going to Kelowna as well. All I need is just somebody to say, hey, Dems, I'll put you guys up. Don't worry about hotel. Don't worry about Airbnb. I got you guys. I got you. That's all I'm waiting on. That's all I'm waiting on. But I don't get invitation yet, so we're still waiting. We're still waiting. What's everybody's plans for the Friday night, by the way? If we're in Jamaica right now, we'll probably be getting some jerk chicken and festival and probably a cup of soup or something like that. But many of us are in Canada right now. We don't have that vibe. What is the Friday night looking like for everyone, like for myself? We're just here chilling with family, talking to you lovely people. We're going to be talking probably for another 10 minutes because I did say that's 1 hour. 1 hour we'll go live, 1 hour. And that's like 7 minutes away. So we're almost done. But what are we going to do next is probably just watch a movie, pop some popcorn, drink some juice while I vibes, and just, rig in tomorrow. Guys, please subscribe to our channel. We have Your Views podcast. We have an episode doing tomorrow. You guys are not gonna Malika. You guys are not gonna want to miss that episode that's coming this weekend. We got something very, very a very powerful topic discussing this weekend. Become a part of the family, guys. You know how we do it here. We talk about all things Canada. Malika, come here. Yes. Go beside Mommy, Malika. Yeah, thank you. We talk about all things Canada, guys. That's how we do it here. Assignment. I remember those days. Finish line is right there. It's really nice here, though. Love it. One thing I've heard about Newfoundland is that it has some really nice people. The friendliest people are here are from Newfoundland. We've been blessed to meet one particular individual from Newfoundland, other than you, Colleen, other than you. And he was literally one of the kindest person we ever met. So it seems that Newfoundland actually has some of the kindest people. Good night from New Brunswick. Negative 14 degrees. Lisa Small. Negative 14. I didn't know that New Brunswick get them temperature there too, man. I thought that Nova Scotia, New Brunswick, and Newfoundland was all like -3 and -5, and it's really cool because especially with the ocean, that's like a different kind of cool. But stay warm, just bungle up and do what you have to do, you understand? True, they're all really very kind. I've heard. I love the accent, by the way, because Newfoundland has a distinct accent. Newfoundlanders or Newfies, they have a unique accent. They sound different than anybody else in Canada. Once you hear a Newfoundland person speak, you'll know that they are from Newfoundland. -13 in Nova Scotia. Cold night everywhere tonight, man, except Newfoundland, with them -3, and Kelowna. What's the next topic for discussion? For the podcast or for another live? For the podcast, we want to keep that a secret. You guys are going to have to stay tuned to see that one. But, you know, just stay tuned and you'll see that one this weekend. But Kim's give a good topic, talk about the ONPOINT process from start to finish. That's that live that we can definitely do to share our experience so that somebody else can definitely be able to buy their own house in quick succession as well. What's the workload and assignment link in the classroom for an international student? Okay, see if that was deleted. In Jamaica, I'm so proud of you guys. I've been watching your journey. Congratulations on all your accomplishments. Thank you so much. When we achieve, it's everybody achieve. It's all away. It's all away because we are just doing it to show everybody that it can be done. To motivate people, to make them say that, listen, it can be done. It can be done. It's not impossible. Come in as an immigrant, pay your dues, go through the transition phase, which is going to be very hard, by the way. I say this every time. Don't let it catch you off guard. The transition phase, especially as an international student, is going to be very hard. No two ways about it. Don't let it catch you off guard. Be prepared for those first 3, 6 months, or even 1 year. Know that you're going to question yourself and wonder if it is that you made the right decision. Stick to what you know and stick to what brought you here in the first place. And then eventually you're going to start seeing a lot of reward. Believe me. Include the ONPOINT process, absolutely. Newfoundlanders are from an Irish background, so they sound Irish. But still with the facts again, man. Randy says, bro, we proud of you, not lie. And you enlighten so many people with your information. Blessings, Randy. Dwayne Murray says, what's the workload and assignments like in the classroom for an international student? How about group work and presentations? It's not really different than in Jamaica, if I'm being honest. The workload for an international student is not different than a workload for a Canadian student. It's just based on the course itself. So the coursework just depends on the course workload. But what I've seen is that the assignments are not really negotiable. In Jamaica, you can go to your lecturer or instructor and you can say, boy, I never get to submit right there. I'm going to ask for an extension, yada. I usually get it. But here, everything is done online, digitally. And you have a cutoff, oftentimes 11:59 on a Sunday. And if it is at 12 o'clock, you can't submit again. So you can't go and beg it out. You have to make sure that you do your assignments and submit it online. That's the biggest difference. And that was something that I had to get accustomed to as well. Because we usually procrastinate in Jamaica and deadline pass and we go and beg it out and stuff like that. But here, everything is digital and everybody has the same deadline. You can submit before, but you usually have up until 11:59. So that's with the assignment. And the workload of the student itself is dependent on the course, the demands of the course. Now, what I can say is, as an international student, in order to fulfill the requirement of your study permit, you have to make sure that you are doing full-time study. And full-time in Alberta is considered at least 9 credits. So 9 credits is usually 3 courses. So you have to do a minimum of 3 courses per semester to maintain a full-time status, unless you're in your final semester when you can do less than 3 courses and go to school part-time. All right? Relaxing nature and lifestyle says, like you, and came to Canada in 2018, and I have no regrets. Hard work and dedication is the key. Nothing beat hard work. Nothing beat hard work and dedication. Because when we came, like yourself probably, it was tough. We had to unlearn and relearn that we talk about every time. But the longer you're here, the easier it becomes. The easier it becomes. And you find things just that work out for you eventually. And there's zero regrets. Right now, my only regret is not coming to Canada sooner. That's my only regret. I regret not trying to come to Canada in 2010. Not trying to come to Canada in 2013, in 2012. I regret that it took me until 2019 to come to Canada. That's my only regret, because Canada changed my life. Guys, we say it in every video. I'm not just saying it. Right mindset though. Kimsey says, sorry, include in the home buying process estimated deposit, monthly payment, and typical expenses that comes with owning a home. How it differ from renting. I know there's property insurance, etc. Absolutely. That's actually a very good topic to discuss, and I'll try my best to discuss it. All right. There is definitely costs here. Like, for example, you have to have home insurance. That's a cost that you have to have, and you have to show that you have home insurance before you even sign the mortgage documents. The other thing is you have your property taxes. Now, back in Jamaica, you have property taxes as well. Now, you can pay your property taxes as a part of your mortgage, or you can pay it directly to the city, depending on the lender, right? Property taxes here in Canada, in Alberta, is pretty expensive, and Grande Prairie has the second highest property taxes in all of Alberta. So it's pretty expensive to own a home in Grande Prairie, property tax wise, but it is 100% worth it. But we'll go into more detail in another video as well, as requested. Be sure to subscribe to the channel, guys. If you are in Canada, or if you're anywhere else outside of Jamaica, I don't know why this feature is not in Jamaica, there's a join button. You should be seeing a join button right on the screen beside subscribe. Now, what that join button does, it allows you to become a member of the Andersons family. Now, becoming a member, there are some content that we do that is exclusive to members. We have some members only content that is not shared right across the board. So if you want to see some of those content, go and check out come and join the family, hit that join button. And if you're in Jamaica and you want to join the community, all you need to do is to just download a VPN, change your location, and join the family, right? Now, we have different membership depends on your budget, of course, but exclusively you get exclusive content, and some of these are some of the stuff that we're going to be sharing on the members tab. So if it is that you're interested in some of these content, I would strongly encourage you guys to support us by joining the family, joining the community by hitting that join button, and then you'll get access to additional content or exclusive content that's not shared all across the board. All right, guys. I've gone past the 1 hour. I'm starting to get the eyes. Guys. I'm gonna have to wrap up. Thank you guys for being here tonight. If it is that you guys have any additional questions, just throw it down in the chat right now, and I'll be happy to answer it before I go. And if you guys want to chat with me one-on-one, just check out underneath all video descriptions. You'll see a Calendly link. We'll pin it in the chat right now for anybody who wants to connect with us. We do settlement services. We do career coaching. We do one-on-one. And in our one-on-one session, guys, all we do is to share our experience coming to Canada and how your journey you can have a smoother journey. We are not immigration consultants. We cannot help you get a job. We can't process your documents for you. We can't do any of that stuff. The only thing we can do is to share stuff from our perspective, our experience, and the experience of friends, family, and other persons who have gone through the process, right? So please understand that. So when persons book times with us and they say, hey, can you help us process these documents, that's not something that we can do, and we would like to stay on the legal side of things. Thank you very much. So please just schedule within the parameters of what we can do, and we'll be happy to help you guys. All right, if it is that you guys are applying for a study permit and you need help with your letter of explanation, I write a letter of explanation from scratch, and I also help you guys write your letter of explanation, in the sense that if it is that you have already written one, I do review and go through it and give tips and pointers of where I think it can be improved. Now, not to toot my own horn, but I have a very high success rate. 9 out of 10 persons who I help with their letter of explanation, probably just by luck, has been successful. There are many more persons who have been successful than those who have not been successful, right? And that is just to say that the letter of explanation is one of the most important piece of document that you can put into your study permit. Invest in yourself. Invest in your time. Invest in your goal. Don't leave it to chance. Don't leave it to luck. But put your best foot forward. Make sure that when you're submitting that study permit application, you are submitting the best possible study permit application, and that is what we suggest, right? Anyways, guys, over and out. If you haven't already smash a like on the video, do that right now. If you're seeing it afterwards, smash a like as soon as you see this video. Become a part of the family by hitting that join button, subscribe to the channel, and have a fantastic Friday night. See you guys in the next video. Peace out.